Welcome to Keep the Faith Ministry News. Pope Francis has suggested there could be ways to bless same-sex unions, responding to 5 conservative cardinals who challenged him to affirm church teaching on homosexuality ahead of a big meeting where LGBTQ+ Catholics are on the agenda. The Vatican on Monday published a letter Francis wrote to the cardinals on July 11, after receiving a list of 5 questions or dubia from them a day earlier. In it, Francis suggested that such blessings could be studied if they didn't confuse the blessing with sacramental marriage. New Ways Ministry, which advocates for LGBTQ+ Catholics, said the letter significantly advances efforts to make LGBTQ+ Catholics welcomed in the church and one big straw towards breaking the camel's back in their marginalization. The Vatican holds that marriage is an indissoluble union between man and woman. As a result, it has long opposed gay marriage. But even Francis has voiced support for civil laws extending legal benefits to same-sex spouses, and Catholic priests in parts of Europe have been blessing same-sex unions without Vatican censure. Francis' response to the cardinals, however, marks a reversal from the Vatican's current official position. In an explanatory note in 2021, the Congregation for the Doctrine of the Faith said flat out that the Church couldn't bless gay unions because God cannot bless sin. In his newsletter, Francis reiterated that matrimony is a union between a man and a woman. But responding to the cardinal's question about homosexual unions and blessings, he said, "Pastoral charity requires patience and understanding, and that regardless, priests cannot become judges who only deny, reject, and exclude. For this reason, pastoral prudence must adequately discern whether there are forms of benediction requested by one or more persons that do not transmit a mistaken conception of marriage," he wrote. Because when a benediction is requested, it is expressing a request for help from God, a plea to be able to live better, a trust in a Father who can help us to live better. He noted that there are situations that are objectively not morally acceptable. But he said the same pastoral charity requires that people be treated as sinners who might not be fully at fault for their situations. Francis added that there is no need for diocese or bishop conferences to turn such pastoral charity into fixed norms or protocols, saying the issue could be dealt with on a case-by-case basis because the life of the Church runs on channels beyond norms. Quote, "The world is a second Sodom. The end is right upon us. And is it reasonable to think that there is no message to make ready a people to stand in the day of God's preparation? Why is there so little eyesight, so little deep, earnest, heartfelt labor? Why is there so much pulling back? Why is there such a continual cry of peace and safety and no going forward in obedience to the Lord's command? Is the third angel's message to go out in darkness or to lighten the whole earth with its glory? Is the light of God's Spirit to be quenched and the church to be left as destitute of the grace of Christ as the hills of Gilboa were of dew and rain? Certainly, all must admit that it is time that a vivifying heavenly influence should be brought to bear upon our churches. It is time that unbelief, pride, love of supremacy, evil surmising, depreciation of the work of others, licentiousness, and hypocrisy should go out of our ranks. Great Controversy, page 423. This is Keep the Faith Ministry News. Thank you for watching.